Have you ever felt a sudden, hot surge of anger because of someone else's words? Perhaps a friend, in a careless moment, said something that felt rude, something that stung.
Hey, Jane.
Humphrey, how are ya?
How have you been? You look great. My wife's pregnant too, my friend.
What?
Oh, I am so sorry. Damn it.
Maybe your boss, buried under their own stress, shouted at you, and you carried that feeling all day. Or perhaps it was something as small as someone not replying to your message, and you watched as your entire mood soured, your peace evaporating like water in the sun. We often feel like a boat tossed on the waves of other people's actions and moods. But the truth is, no one can make you angry. No one holds that power, unless you willingly hand it to them. Once, there was a man who used to get angry at everyone and everything. He lived his life in a constant state of reaction. But one meeting, one simple conversation, changed his whole life. This is his story, and in some way, maybe it's yours too. A long time ago, in a quiet village nestled in the green folds of rolling hills, there lived a man named Imran. He was a farmer, strong and hard-working, but he was known more for his short temper than for his crops. Imran's anger was a familiar, unwelcome guest in his home. If his wife, Sarah, forgot even a pinch of salt in the food, he would slam his hand on the table and shout, "Is it so hard to remember one simple thing?" He wouldn't see her flinch, only his own dissatisfaction. If a neighbor's cow wandered into his field, he would scream, running at the animal with a stick, his face a mask of fury. Even the sound of children playing and laughing outside his window was an offense. "Can't you stay quiet for 1 minute?" he would roar, scattering their joy like birds. He truly, deeply believed the world was the problem, not him. The world was chaotic, disrespectful, and flawed, and it was his duty to be angry at it. His wife, Sarah, a woman of quiet strength, used to tell him kindly in the evenings, "Imran, why do you let these small things make you so angry? You are burning your own peace." Imran would frown, his brows knitting together. "Because people don't respect me. They don't respect my field, my home, my quiet. If they act wrong, how can I stay calm? It is a matter of principle." He didn't realize, not for a moment, that he was letting a stray cow, a forgotten pinch of salt, and the laughter of children control his entire being. One summer morning, a rumor rippled through the village. A wise monk had arrived. He wore simple, clean white clothes and carried nothing but a wooden bowl. He looked peaceful, and his eyes were said to be as calm and deep as still water. He sat under the big, ancient banyan tree near the village well, and people, drawn by his stillness, came to listen to him. They said his words were simple, but they could touch your heart. That evening, Sarah said, "Imran, go and meet that monk. People say he has a special kind of wisdom. Maybe he can help you." Imran laughed. "A monk? What will he teach me? He sits under a tree all day. He doesn't live with fools like I do. He doesn't have a neighbor whose cow ruins his crops. His words are for idle people." The next day, Imran was in his field, mending a fence. A young boy from the village, running to catch a kite, stumbled and fell, accidentally breaking one of Imran's new wooden tools. Imran saw red. He lost his temper completely. He shouted so loudly, his voice cracking with rage, that even the birds in the distant trees flew away in fright. The boy, pale and trembling, ran home crying, his kite forgotten. That evening, Imran sat alone on his porch. The broken tool was at his feet. His chest felt heavy and tight, the familiar echo of his own anger. He whispered to the empty air, "Why do I always feel worse after shouting? I was right, but I feel empty." That night, he couldn't sleep. The boy's terrified face kept flashing in his mind. Before the sun had even begun to hint at its arrival, he found himself walking through the dark, quiet village, toward the big banyan tree where the monk sat. The monk was already there, sitting quietly with his eyes closed, listening to the first morning birds. Imran stood there for a long time, shuffling his feet. Finally, he spoke, his voice rough. "Teacher, I am tired. I am tired of being angry. People make me angry, and I can't control myself. The monk opened his eyes. They were as calm as the story said. He smiled softly. Sit down, my friend, he said, gesturing to the ground. Tell me, when someone makes you angry, how long does that anger stay with you? Imran thought for a moment. Sometimes an hour. If it's a big thing, sometimes I carry it with me all day. The monk nodded. And how do you feel after it finally goes away? Imran sighed, the deep, weary sound. I feel empty. And tired. Very tired. Yes, the monk said. Because anger is a fire. It burns the person who holds it, not the person it's aimed at. You think you are throwing fire at them, but you are just holding hot coals in your own hand. The monk picked up a nearby bowl of water, left for the birds. See this water? It's calm now. You can see the sky in it. You can see your own face. He then shook the bowl violently. The water sloshed and churned. Now, can you see your reflection? No, Imran said. It's all disturbed. This is your mind, the monk said. When it's disturbed by anger, you can't see clearly. You can't see the truth. You only see the disturbance. Imran asked, so, should I stay silent when someone insults me? When they break my tools and let their cows eat my crops? Should I let them walk all over me? The monk smiled. No, my friend. You must learn to respond, not react. There is a big difference. When someone throws dirt at you, you have a choice. You can reach out and catch it, getting your hands and clothes filthy. Or, you can simply step aside and let it fall to the ground. The choice is always yours. The next morning, the monk asked Imran to bring a pot of water and a handful of sand. Imran did as he was told. Now, said the monk, build a fire and boil the water. Imran did. As the water began to bubble and steam, the monk asked, can you touch it now? No, Imran said. It's too hot. It would burn me. That is your anger, the monk smiled. When your emotions are boiling, you cannot touch peace. You only hurt yourself. Then the monk took a spoonful of sand and dropped it into the pot. The sand swirled, making the clear, boiling water dirty and cloudy. That is your mind when you react, he said. The sand is the insult, the problem. You let it in, and it makes everything cloudy. You can't see clearly anymore. He then carefully poured the hot, dirty water into another, clear bowl. They sat and watched. After a while, the water cooled. The sand, heavy and inert, settled at the bottom, and the water above it became clear again. See, the monk said, pointing. The sand is still there. The problem didn't vanish. But you stopped shaking the bowl. You stopped boiling. You gave it time. When you stop reacting, your mind settles, and you can see life clearly again. The sand is just sand. It has no power over the water, unless the water chooses to stay in motion. Imran sat quietly. He stared at the bowl, at the clear water and the settled sand. He realized that for years, he had been boiling his own peace, constantly shaking his own bowl. From that day, he decided to change. When someone made him angry, he would take a deep breath and remember the monk's words, step aside. Don't catch the dirt. At first, it was incredibly hard. His old habits were deep grooves. One day, a shopkeeper at the market tried to cheat him, using rigged scales. Imran's face turned red. He felt the familiar heat rise in his chest. His mouth opened to shout. But he stopped. He closed his eyes for a second. Step aside. The water is boiling. He took a deep breath. He opened his eyes and said calmly, your scales are not fair. I will buy from someone honest. He then turned and walked away. The shopkeeper was so shocked by the lack of argument that he was left speechless. Imran walked away, and for the first time, he didn't feel the emptiness of anger. He felt peaceful. Strong. That night, he slept better than he had in years. But change always brings new tests. One morning, a group of young men from the village, who knew his reputation, decided to have some fun. They laughed as he walked by. "Look! It's the angry man, pretending to be a saint," one of them joked. Imran felt his anger rise, hot and fast. His hands clenched into fists. "They are insulting me." But then he remembered the monk's voice. "When you react, you give your power away. Don't catch the dirt." He took a breath. He turned to the young men, and he smiled. It was a small, genuine smile. "You're right," he said, his voice calm. "I used to get angry all the time. But now, I am learning to stay calm." The boys were confused. This wasn't the reaction they wanted. One asked, trying again, "How can you stay calm when we insult you?" Imran smiled again. "When someone offers you a gift, and you do not accept it, who does the gift belong to?" The boys were silent. It is the same with an insult. Or with anger. When someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it. The group fell silent. Imran nodded to them and walked away, a deep, quiet peace in his heart. Weeks, then months, passed. Sarah noticed a profound change in her husband. He didn't shout anymore. He smiled more. He listened. Even when things went wrong, a late rain, a broken fence, he stayed calm. Their home, once a place of tension, became a place of peace. One morning, Imran went back to see the monk. He bowed deeply. "Master," he said, "I've learned something important. People didn't make me angry. The world didn't make me angry. It was my own mind, my own reactions. Now I know that in every moment, I can choose peace instead of pain." The monk smiled, his eyes kind. "You have learned well, Imran. Life will always test you. There will always be sand. But every time you stay calm, you grow stronger inside." Imran asked, "Will people ever stop testing me?" The monk laughed softly. "When the storm sees you no longer run from it, when you stand still and calm, it loses its reason to chase you." Years went by, and Imran became known as the calmest man in the village. When someone was upset, angry, or worried, they came to him for advice. He would sit with them, listen patiently, and then, he would always say, "Peace is not about silence outside. It's about silence inside." One day, a young boy, the son of the same man who had once taunted him, asked, "Uncle Imran, don't people still try to make you angry?" Imran smiled and pointed to the river flowing by the village. "Sometimes they try. But look at the river. You can throw a stone in, and it makes a splash. But the river doesn't get angry. It just keeps flowing. It absorbs the stone and moves on. You can't control the wind, but you can learn how to set your sails." He looked at the hills, green and constant. "When I stopped reacting, I finally started living." We cannot stop people from saying hurtful things. We cannot stop problems, big or small, from coming into our lives. We cannot control the world outside. But we can, always, stop giving them the power to steal our peace. Every reaction is a choice. Every moment of calm is a victory. The one who controls his reaction controls his life. So next time someone tries to disturb your peace, next time you feel that hot water beginning to boil, remember Imran. Remember the monk. Smile quietly, and say to yourself, "I won't catch the dirt." You can't control the world, but you can control your reaction to it. Real strength isn't in shouting back. It is in staying calm when the entire world is trying to shake you.